How about now? Am I unmuted now? Anybody?
I don't think so. I'm reading the comments. Hold on.
Well, how about if you listen to your something or other and see?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so everybody hears me?
Yes,
Okay, so
yes,
what you're
good, good.
saying, let me see if I get this right. For production value, what you're saying is I should make sure that the microphones are turned on before I start speaking?
It might be best. I don't know. If you want to like mute yourself in the middle so we can all have like a little breather,
Ah.
that's cool. Not right off the bat though.
Oh, I'm starting not to like you.
Aw, I love you too.
All right, get out of here. Quit messing with the technical side of the program.
I'm sorry for helping.
All right, bye. Oh, so there I was, talking out loud, saying a bunch of stuff. You couldn't hear me. Now, I had confessions. The whole first 2 minutes was confessions. It was things you folks needed to hear about me. I was laughing at myself, but it was confession time. I gave you 6 confessions of the general, 6 confessions of Gen X Talks, 6 confessions about the 80s and Gen X that I really wasn't supposed to share with anybody. I feel good that I got it off my chest. I'm glad that confession time is over and we can get back to me being complete ass and a dill hole, which is what I'm best at, because it was really hard for me to express those 6 things, and I figured I'd do it right at the beginning of the show, get them out of the way, where everybody could accept them and you're all still here. No one left. I just exposed myself in a way that would it rivals going to court and getting arrested. Yeah, this was emotional, psychological nudity, and I hung it all out there, and thank God you guys stayed. Every one of you stayed through it. So right up until Allie's phone call, I'm done confessing. That was it. Thank you for still sticking around. I really appreciate that a lot, you guys. I do. You don't know what that means to me. Okay, so um, I do, Danny. You should have the comments in front of you while you're doing the show. Danny, that is a brilliant idea. How come I never thought of that before? Oh, wait, I did. But see, I scroll all the way back to the beginning so that I don't miss anybody. But while I'm at the beginning and you guys are typing down here, I can't see it now, can I? Danny, you got to think 2 steps out in front if you're going to stay ahead of me, baby. I'm in a wheelchair. I go fast. Again, learning to drink out of a straw and still look cool while you do it. It's the best I can do. I refuse to do that little thing where you put your eyes go together and you're looking down. No, no, no. I can't look down my nose like girls can with doing that. So, yeah, okay. James Moore says, reconfess, not a chance. That was it. And the best part is that there's one of you harem girls out there that I completely have fallen head over heels in love with, and I thought today was the right day to say something, and I can see she's still in here, so I take that as acceptance. If I had been off-putting, she would have left, would she not? Yeah, and she's still here, so now we have a relationship to build on. And it just, I love my harem ladies. I love them all. But there's one that just has captured my heart. And so I did, it's confession time. So confession's over. We can move on with the program now. Yeah. All right. So what do we got here? Tomash turned my whole screen yellow. The general we chose. The general who is proud with us. The general and the special one, just ours forever and ever. My man Tomash, I couldn't have said it better myself, because you are our chosen Israeli. You are our man out there. You got to have a high rank. You got to have a position. You need a uniform. You need a uniform, my man. When you're standing that wall, protecting the eastern border of the bottom of the glass nation for all of us dumb jabroni extras in the rest of the world, you need a uniform. We got to come up with an Israeli Gen X uniform for you, and we'll send it to you. All right. So where was I? Did I have anything important to say today? We did that. We did that. All right. I'm not going to recap the entire thing, but yes, for all of you in Europe and across the pond that way, we did casino night. It came and went, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good time, a little bit weird, but next time, now that we've done one, it's going to be a blast. Next time is going to be even better. But I do want to go over some of the things real quick with you that I didn't get a chance to before, because I haven't seen you guys yet. Just so you know, everybody at my table was having a happy time. This is what it looked like for everybody over who hasn't seen this. This is the European show, of course. So for those of you who haven't seen this, this is what it looks like. And We did you could see the table and you could enlarge the table. This was roulette. It was one box of the live stream, but you could click a button and have it brought up where you could see everything. And you notice everybody around is having a good time. Why? Because that was my table. That was the table I was at. We were having a blast. It was all good stuff. That was one thing. And what we didn't understand really was we couldn't quite get Miss Liz and her golden pussycat that she kept stroking to win. Really fucking weird. I'm not kidding. She did that the whole time. She did it like when everyone was playing. You can see her up there in the middle. She's up there stroking that thing and talking, going, "Hey man, this is my golden pussycat, and I need it." And so she was kind of drunk, I guess, or high or something. But she was, had that golden cat, and she just kept stroking that cat while we were playing. And placing bets, she would listen to, kind of listen to the cat. Like, it was kind of like a seashell. And then she'd listen, and then she'd place her bets. I don't know that she did that well, but it was sure fucking weird to see someone bring to a casino a fucking golden pussycat. I had never seen one, and I thought I'd seen about everything a man could see at a casino. So I'll be drinking a little more water today. My throat's closing up on me, so I'm drinking water. Here we go. So, yeah, that was the thing. Casino night was a blast. Everybody had a good time. I now get the Zoom call feature. It was a live dealer with real stuff. You could interact and talk with the dealer. It was a good time, and it was weird. There was a couple weird things. I mean, I'm not getting into Joe's balls. No. And I'm not going down the road of Elizabeth, always betting red and even. No. I'm not even talking about Two Bear, who drank a fucking 4 gallons of vodka and then won the whole event. Well, that doesn't make sense to anybody, especially me. I don't get that shit at all. So I had more stuff to look at and comments over here. Krista Rose, well, I got to head back to work. I will be listening. Have a great day, General and everyone. Krista, we'll miss you, but we're glad you're still listening. Yeah, Bernie Joe Haney, that's who I mean. I'm telling you, it was a weird fucking thing, man. I don't know what that cat was doing going down the road, but he was fucking doing it. Yes, I got my Hawaiian refrigerator water. All right, what was next? In my notes. I'm still looking for John Stephenson. He won something a while back, a signed shirt from Two Bear. We got it, but I don't know how to get it to him. If anybody knows John Stephenson or if he's in here, email us again, because we're sitting on this stuff and I have no way to send it. The other one is Michelle. I'm going to fuck this one up. I better just read it. Michelle Kalkbrenner from Uzbekistan. She ordered stuff, and it's right here, and I'm trying to send it, but we need some more information, and we can't get a hold of her. So if anybody knows Michelle Kalkbrenner from Uzbekistan, please find your mother. She's waiting for you in the makeup department. That's what we would say at Montgomery Wards and Sears. That was a department store thing. If you got lost, the loudspeaker would call you, and you as a child would have to go towards, you have a lost child, or your mother would have to pick you up in hardware, or you'd have to go to, the women's makeup. So you did. That's what they did. I'm just playing on that. I know a lot of you don't get that's a Gen X thing, but there used to be a thing called department stores. They were real departments. I know you got Target and Walmart now, but those kind of have sections. They're not real departments. And the 12-year-olds that run them don't know what the fuck they're doing. But they had real department stores where people really knew stuff for years. Brick and mortar was a big thing. Yeah, I'm just telling you how it was. If you don't remember, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Go watch a video on YouTube. You can get all cut up. It's just like being there. All right. So I had other things to discuss. What were the other things I was going to discuss? So we got past that. Let me see. Let me go back to this one over here. Okay. I wanted to try to play you for the European show. This is an audio file. It's actually a video file, but no picture. But it's a intro to the next podcast that's coming up. Now, I'm going to look at the chat section to see if you guys can hear it, because I can't hear shit on my end, all right? So let me just try it and see if it goes. Ready? Boom. And it says it's up. A family podcast is supposed to be fun and uplifting, sharing of events and ideas. I just felt like I've been herding cats for 2 hours.
Come on.
Okay.
Start talking.
Okay.
Do your intro.
I'm going.
Do your intro.
Now.
Please maintain some decorum.
Can you just start the intro?
Yes.
Can family
Man,
podcast?
would you just get
Swear to
going?
God.
Today's episode is brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Just start podcast.
Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? Welcome to Gen X Talks. Today, I'm here with Gen X mom.
Hello, everyone.
I'm here with millennial daughter / Birdie.
Hello.
I'm here with Gen X dad.
Hola.
I'm here with
Millennial brother, your pot smoking, tree hugging, computer fixing, Northern California.
Can we not bring up my vices every time I get introduced, please?
your host, Gen Z Kid. Yeah.
Oh, he gets
Oh,
applause.
yeah.
Give him the soundboard, and all of a sudden he's amplified.
I can't hear it, and it doesn't tell me when it's over. So hopefully you guys got to hear the whole thing. I can't tell. I'm gonna have to work on that, but there's no way to watch the file. It just has the audio going. So I'm hoping you guys heard the whole thing. It was about a minute long or so, but that was the intro to the podcast. The podcast is already recorded. It's already cut. It's edited, and it's already set to drop. It'll pull out of the files and drop Thursday morning. But if you guys heard that, that's kind of the intro. We took advantage of the other kids being around the house here, and we just put out the microphone, sat everybody down, and just started talking about stuff, remembering stories, asked some questions like, what was your favorite this, your least favorite that. Some of the stuff they come up with is really fucking funny. But you got to remember, we had a house full of 8 kids and 2 adults, and my brother was here, so it was 10 or 11 of us for years and years and years and years and years, covering every age span. Now, I got a donation, Mrs. 4. I had it on the right thing here. PayPal came through from Jonathan. I didn't know if he wants me to say his last name. It's Jonathan F. He dropped dropped a buck just to see if I'd pay attention, and I am. And he's from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Yeah, unconfirmed address, but it's there. I didn't miss it. I had my phone right there, and I got it. And I didn't even need Mrs. Ford to tell on me about it either. I paid attention. Nothing from Mally, so I'm not missing anything, which is good. All right, so I have to ask something from the European guys. Everybody who's over across the pond, I need to ask you guys something. What do you guys listen to for news over there? We covered this before about the BBC. You guys explained it to me. You guys explained how it worked and who it was and the conglomeration there. But almost unanimously, none of you liked listening to it. None of you were part of it. None of you had any interest in it at all. So what is it how do you guys get your news over there? I'm going to read some of this right here, but I wanted to know, how everybody was getting their news. And it's important because I'm talking about news, that's all. Looking over here, I didn't think the last Smith, I didn't think he would see it. I'm so happy. Well, I did. In the beginning, I did. Joe Haney getting skipped again. How's my Mike Roeder impression? Joe Haney, that's funny. Justin Rides, sorry I missed the past few days. Justin, did you see that there was a video that dropped about you? Yeah, it was I don't know, it wasn't that long, 3 or 4 minutes, but it was I think the kid even called it the Justin Rides slice. It's up on the slices. It's all about you. Your copy and paste name, Justin's up there like 3 or 4 times, my man. Oh God, Dawson, go Celtics. He's just busting out tonight. It's game 5 tonight, right, Michael? Dawson, we're at game 5. All right, so Arbot says no mainstream media outlets. Really? I was trying to figure that out, what you guys listen to, and I couldn't. Deepak says, don't listen to the news. It's always depressing. Yeah, that's true. Where am I at? Joe, stop. Lion says, Joe, stop bitching. Tomash, my general, you the man. Thank you. Tomash, what do you listen to for news over there in Israel? What do you guys got? There's got to be something over there for you guys. You guys can't just rely on whatever you scroll around on the internet and see, right? I mean, you could. If you tell me you do. But, I mean, I'm trying to figure it out because I've been inundated a lot since we talked about it on the BBC stuff, or not on the BBC, about that as a topic. I got a bunch of emails and I got a bunch of messages asking me, and I said, I don't know anything about the BBC. I was asking to learn. And says, well, what do they listen to in Europe? I think it was some of people were in other countries in Europe going, what is everybody listening to? Because, like in the Netherlands or something like that, I didn't have an answer. I thought I'd ask. James Moore says Russell Brand, Joe Haney. You guys are talking back and forth there. Okay. I still not seeing a real. I'm not seeing anything for what you guys are looking at. What you guys listen to over there across the pond. Elizabeth Rojas says refuse to watch the news. Barry Williams, I like your attitude. It's amazing. Thanks, Barry. My attitude is my attitude. It fluctuates. It ebbs and flows, strikes and gutters. You know how that goes. Keith Covey saying, Uncle, and I will make it stop. Are you guys even paying attention to the fucking show? Last Smith, my friend in India, says that they get a lot of updates on their phones and don't watch the news. They do that here, too. The Sun. We get a lot of... or when we turn on, I go to Google and it's got Google, whatever Google puts up there on the news. I don't know that those are individual stories from places. You know, it can be the BBC, it can be CNN, it can be Fox News, it can be Yahoo News. I think they just kind of line them up on what they see fit. But he's got Newsmax. Tomash watches Newsmax. Yeah, okay, that was a popular one. People kept telling me to watch that. There was from Europe. They said they watched it on the internet. Arbot, in South Africa, we have SABC, ABC News, BBC, CNN, Fox, but all propaganda. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I was leading into this because of how we have things over here. Crystal says your attitude is great. Agree with everything you say. Well, Crystal, as you should. Crystal, you should agree with everything I say. Never disagree. And even if I'm wrong, if I tell you 2 + 2 is 5. Crystal, you need to walk away going, hey, he said it's 5. It's 5. It's 5. Starting right now, it's 5. Oh, my God. Joey says, good morning, sir. How are you, Joey? James Moore. General Russell Brand is the YouTube new broadcaster. I know who Russell Brand is. And podcaster. I didn't like Russell Brand years ago. Now, maybe I have to give him another look because I've come around on a few people in the last couple of years that I did not like before, and I didn't care for Russell Brand at all. Got to check in with Allie. Nothing there. No boobs. We're good. Or bad, depending on your point of view. The Last Smith. The BBC is actually pretty bad overseas. When I was in the Army, they used tons of propaganda. That's tough. You know what? I'll show you what I was going to bring up because we asked about this. Was that they were asking, you know, how accurate and what people watch over here, and so we have, you know, the news programs over here, and you know, CNN and C-SPAN, and MSNBC, Fox News, and you have ABC, CBS, and NBC are the big three from back in the day. But what they do is they tell you who's the most popular show. Now they ask these questions and they rate them on news shows. So people always say when they say, hey, you know, I really like watching Hannity to get my news, and I say you have to say, well, Sean Hannity's not news. Oh yeah, he's on Fox News. I said, well, he's on Fox News, but he's not news. It's opinion. Underground says the Netherlands is slowly breaking up, being consumed by corrupt EU. MSM is played by the government, so not to be trusted. I got you. I'm picking up on that one. Well, let me see what else we got here. Bernie Company. Definitely check out Russell Brand. He has a pretty interesting take on everything while promoting mental well-being. Okay, I'm for that. What about Bob? BBC is woke and progressive. GB News is more truthful. Now, that's the first time I've heard that. I've never heard of GB. I'm assuming that's a Great British News, Great Britain News. I've never heard of that one before. No, of all the things people have mentioned to me, they've never mentioned that one. So, what about Bob? Definitely gonna give a check to that one. I got to look that one up. Who's up here? Grizzly, member for 3 months, bottom of the Glass Nation, the second in command for Israel, reporting in. Grizzly, Tomash is on here with you. So now there's 2 of you securing that eastern border. My man in Israel, thank you for being there. Thank you, Grizzly, for 3 months at the bottom of the Glass Nation. I appreciate you beyond words. I really, really do. So, I'm reading about Russell Brand. Okay, there's another one in there. Mr. Thom Collins, my dad, rest in peace, used to say the news was just entertainment, except for the traffic and the weather. Good point. All right, so let me switch over to what I was going to show you about that. And this isn't a huge issue, but you'll find this kind of funny, that what they said was, these are the top 15, this is the last quarter of, it was the first quarter of 2022 here in the United States. Now, this was reporting in on the top These are the top 15 news channels. Okay? Now you notice Fox News has all but one. They're 14 out of 15. But I want to, and the reason I'm trying to point that out is because if you read the names of the shows, now remember, this is the top 15 news stations, news channels, news shows, news programs, and you have to get down to 11 before you even get to something that's not Fox News. And they're all labeled Fox and Fox News, every one of them, except for the Rachel Maddow show. She has a slice, and she places number 11. But the first real news channel, even on Fox, is number 5. The other programs aren't even news. They're opinion. They're comedy. They're opinion. You know, the 5 is a lot of comedy poking holes at things, but, you know, Tucker Carlson, Jesse Waters, Hannity, they are on the opinion desk at Fox. They're not news. Oh, they talk about current events, but they're not news. They will tell you we are not news. We are on the opinion desk. The first thing you come to that is an actual news program is Brett Baer. And he's the best journalist I've ever seen. In 25 years, he's great. I love Brett Baer. But he's not... how can they have the top 15 news programs and the first 4 of them aren't even news? I don't get it. But this is what we watch over here by Americans. And this is the top 15 shows right there. And I heard that they cut off Fox in over in certain parts of Europe. They don't have any shows, not Fox News, not the other desks like that, nothing. I heard that they just cut it out of the program at all. Now I don't know if that's true, but a guy was telling me that he says we can't even get Fox over here, and whether it's news or entertainment, whether it's the entertainment side, that you can't figure it out. But either one, you're gone. So I don't know if that's true or not. But you guys can tell me if Fox is even available. But just letting you know. That's Mrs. 4. I agree with you. Brett Baer is a fucking man. That guy is more rock solid in his reporting and how he interviews people than anybody I think I've seen in most of my life. I love that guy completely. He has my 100% support. Now, if I want to get a spin or a take from Hannity and Jesse and Tucker, fine, I will. I listen to those guys, and they make some good ironic points. But you can also go to Bill Maher, and he does heavy left. He does do some right and center, but he spins things heavy left with quick words and drive-bys and jokes to make you. I got it. So I know where to go for those things, but when you got to go for something news, I could only narrow it down to one program here and a few radio programs, AM radio shows here in America. But you notice I've been asking. I asked a week or so ago about the BBC. Now I'm asking, what else can you guys see there? Would you guys just told me Great Britain news? I'd never heard of that one. And then I'm waiting to see if you guys if they even get Fox News or even Brett Baer as a choice. That's all I'm looking for. Well, that's not all I'm looking for, but that's one of the things I'm looking for. It's something that interested me right now, so I'm just saying. Sweet dreams. I know this doesn't relate to the current topic, but I'm curious on your opinion on BMWs. BMW and Mercedes has taken a technological leap over the cliff. Now, I'm not talking about their electric cars. I'm talking about the technology, the roads they went down on overcomplicating engines with variable cam timing. It was insane, absolutely insane, and the benefit wasn't much. Now, I will tell you this from experience, because I worked on European cars for like the last 6 or 7 years that I was working at an independent shop. That's what I did. And I will tell you that a brand new BMW is one of the most powerful driving machines there is. But they are designed to wear out. Let's give you an example. You can't have brakes that are going to last 70,000 miles and also be the best performing brakes ever. This is a small example, but I'm making it simple, okay? So if you want Toyota brakes or Honda brakes that are going to last 50 or 60 or 70,000 miles, and of course it all depends on how you drive. I'm saying, average driver. There's people that abuse the brakes and they're gone in 20,000. Don't get silly with your extreme examples. Fact Fun Freddy here. Fact Fun Freddy. Fun fact? Did you know that my uncle had to go through brakes every 13,000 miles? So the fuck what? That's not what I'm talking about. I don't even know your uncle. Shut up. Freddy's uncle. Who's Freddy's uncle? I don't even know Freddy or his uncle. Why are you even here? You're not. I made you up in my head just now as an example. That's even worse. All right. So BMW will have brakes that are the best grabbing, performing, cornering brakes ever, but they're going to fucking wear out quick. If you use them as designed, they wear out quick. Why? Because they're designed to be the greatest performance ever. Hold on, I'm trying to get my stuff here. Don't. All right, so yeah, got to make sure that I'm not missing the screen for Mrs. Four will yell at me. That's your trade-off. Okay, you can have the best stopping, cornering, most powerful brakes ever, but they're going to wear out really soon. Or you can have average, decent, they work okay brakes, and they can last 70,000 miles. That's it. All right, keeping that in mind with BMW. So BMW kind of designs their engines and their transmissions that way too. They don't, I know they say, well, there's universal fluid that you never take out. It's million-mile transmission fluid. Yeah, bullshit. There will be leaks. There is ways. There's vents. There's air moving in and out of those things. Dirt gets in them. It's the most laughable thing. I know transmission guys that go, yeah, we've taken those things apart. Sure, they're forever fluids. Yeah, sure, you never have to check them, and they're a pain in the ass to check. And you can't check them at home anymore. No. Gone forever are the dipsticks. They don't want you under the hood of your car, or as little as possible. But the BMW, the over-engineering, you can engineer brakes that'll do that. Not too tough, but when you start doing with engines and transmissions, and you've over-engineered, you've over-complicated, and you know they're not going to last, they didn't build a million-mile car. You want a million-mile car, buy a Toyota 4-cylinder with a stick transmission. That thing will be here till the end of time, and it's cheap to fix. But you buy like a 7 Series BMW, and it's got over 60,000 miles on it, now you're in trouble. It's done its job for super high performance for 60,000 miles, and now you're getting into super expensive, never going to run the same fucked upness. Sorry. It's the way it is. Now, I've been out of the game for a little while, so there's probably new stuff out there, but the over-engineering is mind-boggling. It's fucking mind-boggling, especially Mercedes was getting into no more wiring. Are you listening? Mercedes was at the time that I was leaving. They were getting into computers used to talk to each other through wires, information back and forth. They were going to fiber optics, blinking lights. There was a class out that I was supposed to go take on making sure that the new optical cables didn't bend too far, because the signal would reflect and come back, and the computer would be talking to itself instead of sending the signal. You couldn't have a kink in the line. I was like, I'm fucking done, man. I am not going to go to blinking lights on fiber optics on cars where computers are talking to each other so they can be a millisecond faster. What kind of a monster have you just created with shit like that? It blew my mind. I don't know how far they went and did it after I left, but that was what was on the horizon. And BMW was just over engineered, and the 7 Series were the worst. The farther you got down towards 3 Series, the better and easier the cars ran, and they had their own problems too. But they're an incredible vehicle, an incredible machine. Right away, right off the showroom floor. But then that's it, lease one, turn it in after 2 years, get another one. Oh my God, what am I doing here? Boom, 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 boom. Well, you asked, Deepak. I haven't heard of anything. I haven't heard of a breaking point, but have watched The Hill a few times, and lately I've watched InfoWars too. Was blocked here, but thanks to somebody, I found a get around site. Yeah, I'm not sure what the site is, but one of my sons, which is in the podcast, the one I call the pot smoking, tree hugging, liberal, living in Northern California. Anyway, he's his motto is, if it's on the internet, it's free. He goes, if it's on the internet, it's free. And he finds a way to. He watched the whole UFC fight, doing some mirroring thing to my TV. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about, but that's what he did. So there you go. Patchy Moonshine, who the powers that be at this All this new age spirituality stuff is done for years. Now meditation is darker than people think. Dumb us down to get control over us with new age spirituality. Wow, Apache, you just went fucking deep, dark, and distant, and you made everybody stop praying all at once. And people that were praying and listening to this program, which happens more often than you'd think, they quit doing it. Just because you said that. You got to be careful, man. Big words. Arbot, all the big car manufacturers use Formula One tech, hence the Formula E for electric cars. I don't know if I believe that. I know electric cars are fucking fast in the quarter mile. You couldn't do a 24-hour Le Mans with them, but they're fucking quick because there's no lag time. Once you say go, the electric motor just goes. But it doesn't have any sound. It doesn't sound like a car. It sounds like those little race cars we had when we were kids. We had you press a button up and down real slow, and this electric car would go around this track on a little rail, and you'd race your buddies on these. They're little electric car tracks, not really a slot car. I guess you'd call them a slot car. But Tyco had those, and I wanted one so bad, and then as soon as I got mine, I wanted the glow-in-the-dark one. So I got the glow-in-the-dark one next year for Christmas, and I wanted the one that went up the wall. They had Tyco race cars that went up the wall. You let me know when a Tesla or a BMW can drive up a wall. Tyco's been doing electric cars driving up a wall since the 70s. Yeah, I was there. I had one. So just remember, Tesla and BMW are way behind Tyco, way behind. Go look into that. It's a true story. Yeah, that's the way I remember it, give or take a lie or two. Yeah, see? Hoodley says slot cars. He was listening. Sky Electric model cars. Joe Haney's talking like your lunch date. All right, so yeah, they just was pointing out the stuff there, and you got a hold of it, so that's good. Cave Bear, have you ever driven a GMC Typhoon or Cyclone truck? I own both, and they were my favorites. No, those are the mid-size ones. I didn't drive those. I'll tell you the one I hated was the Chevy Colorado. God, that sucked though. Those things had more recalls and technical service bulletins than anything. Kevin Grimes, slot cars were cool as hell. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was my favorite thing. Please check your phone. We'll do that right now. Oh, I'm 5 minutes late. God damn it, Mrs. Four. I was talking. Mrs. Four, I was going to get to the phone. I was going to look at, but I went from telling a story to the comment section. You didn't want to leave anybody behind, and you're yelling at me. Jesus Christ, I'm telling you. And there's another $1 in here from same guy. What's going on here? There's not another one in here, Mrs. Four. And remember, I have to wait. I can't see them as fast as they come in. I got to wait. They go through the process. I'll have to get the program. I'll get the app. We'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. William Olson. Don't forget the giant loops of the tracks. Yep. Those weren't the loops I remember were Hot Wheel tracks. The loops I remember. I don't think I had a Tyco one that had a loop on it. Yeah, I see you, Allie. Good God, woman. Tomash is back in there. Tomash, General, Lion, Joe, and Joe. Yeah. Well, now you get in the top of the barrel. Now you named all of us, Tomash. We're all in, baby. We're all in. Goodbye, Michael Roeder. I got your slack. Joe said that. Michael Roeder says, okay, I'm out later most. Yeah, he'll be around. I think, does Roeder go is he ever in the chat? I'm only in there a few times. You guys are in there more than me, but I wonder if he gets over there to that, because that's a good spot to be. All right, where was I? What'd I miss? I missed somebody in here. Come on now. Screen's jumping on me. Stephen Deppa. Chevy Colorados are like Joe's nutsack. Ain't nobody want to see that little thing. Yeah, Stephen, I'm telling you, there's some truth to that. It's not good. It's not good at all. There's probably as many recalls and bulletins out on Colorados as there are bulletins out about Joe's nutsack. I'm telling you the truth. All right, make sure that I covered that. And I'm trying to see if I'm missing something here, because I know Mrs. Four is tapping that pencil right now. She's tapping that pencil, just waiting for me to fuck up, and I'm trying not to so bad. So I got that. I'm on there. I'm on the right one. I don't understand. Am I missing something? Let me go to all. See if that covers it. No, it doesn't. All right, I just got to leave it. I just got to leave it. I think I'm on the right spot. I will download the app, the direct thing. I just don't have it. Gen X Mom has it on her phone. Okay. Wise and Oak, Hot Wheels were the shit when I was younger. Yeah, the problem with Hot Wheels was you wanted to make them go down a staircase because then you could get ultimate speed and do all this shit at the end. But the problem is that the staircase, no matter how many books you tried to tighten that track, it always did this down the stairs. Just a little bit and it'd throw the car off. So then we got into bigger cars. You got a heavier car, but the heavier cars were the vans. Hot Wheel vans were heavier, but they were taller and they fell over. So now you needed a heavy, small, low car. My car was called the Steamroller. If you guys ever look up Hot Wheels Steamroller, I think it was 1973. And mine was red, white, and blue like Evel Knievel, and it was a heavy car, and it had a down nose on it. That car I could get to do some stuff. Why am I telling you about my Hot Wheels I played with when I was 5? I don't fucking know. We'll move on. All right. Crystal, I was children still have the childhood like that. I was children still have the childhood like that. I did. I just purchased a backpack with Kevlar in it for my 5-year-old daughter to go to kindergarten. Any thoughts on that? I think that's sad that we've come to that point. And I hate that shit. I hate that shit with a passion. We have to buy a backpack where, as parents, we're thinking about backpacks with Kevlar in them for our kids going to school. But I can completely see why you would. Why not? What's the difference? Why not take that precaution? You know what's funny? Since you brought that up, Crystal, I wasn't going to talk about that, but I got into an argument since all the new school shootings have come up, and there's some comedy memes they put out to kind of align things, and they say, they're talking about school shootings, and they say when a school shooter goes in and kills children, it's the gun. We have to stop the guns, control the guns, take the guns, restrict the guns. But like when Kyle Rittenhouse went in with an AR-15 and defended his neighborhood and killed people, it was his fault. That guy's a white supremacist asshole. That guy's the problem. He's a right-wing conservative nut job. It's him, it's him, it's him. Why isn't it the gun? No. The school shooting's the gun. But when someone's defending their home or their neighborhood, the person is the problem. They're very hypocritical and they do it all the time. And what's funny over here in America is they think that's okay to be that way. They clearly this is the argument. One of the arguments I got into two, and Crystal, I guess I'm talking to you, and I'm not sure where you are, but you could be from over here where we are too in the States. But they throw that up there, and it's as soon as it's a school shooting, it's the gun. That's the gun's the problem. We got to control all the guns. When it's a person shooting up, defending his home or his neighborhood, or if a white cop shoots a black person, then it's the asshole person, it's the asshole cop, it's the asshole, right-wing nut job. Never blame the gun. Have you ever heard of any cop shooting where they blame the gun? Have you ever heard of anybody defending their home and blame the gun? No, of course not. It's home defense. You can't blame the gun because that would be silly. You're defending your home, defending your neighborhood. So we got to blame the person. The person's a fucking idiot. But the guy who shoots up a school, isn't there a possibility that guy's a fucking idiot too? Just throwing it out. No. Guns. So that led me to discussion number 2 with this person. And it was a public discussion. And I said, okay, look. I said, you want to have a gun-free zone. You want to put up a sign. And you're not going to have any guns on your campus. Yes, that's what we want. And do you think that will discourage anyone? Yes, was their answer. People will not bring guns to school, hide them in their lockers where someone else may see it and take that gun and begin shooting. I said, how many times has that happened? How many times has someone brought a gun to school and hid it in their locker, and then someone else saw it and thought, I'm going to break into that locker and shoot everybody? What the fuck are you talking about? I said, here's the dumb part. Let's make it simple. Remember, Gen X Talks, Generation X is all about street level. Nuts and bolts, just simple stuff here. This is not complicated. There's no guns in your school, right? A bad guy brings a gun to your school, right? Yes. So there's no guns in the school. Then a bad guy brings guns to your school and begins shooting. And what do? Then you call for a gun. There's no guns in the school. A bad guy brings a gun to school, and then you call for a gun. You call the police. You want a gun to show up and stop you want a good gun to show up and stop the bad gun. That's what you do every time. Can you name one incident where there was a school shooting and someone didn't call the cops? Who were they going to call? They're not calling the fire department. They're not calling their congressman. They're not calling their church. They call someone with a gun. You need a gun at that school pronto. So my thought, after I explained this to these idiots, I said, you don't want a gun at the school until the bad guy shows up with a gun. Then you call a good guy with a gun to stop him. This is just some simple math from a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Let's have a good guy with a gun there already. Okay? Let's try that. Let's have a good guy with a gun, because you're going to call him anyway. You're going to call him. Let's put him there with a pistol and a rifle and a flak jacket, letting everyone know he's there. Change your sign from "there's no guns on this premises" to "if you bring a gun around our children, we're going to fucking kill you." That's the sign I want in my children's school. There is armed personnel here, trained, and I'm not talking about teachers with guns. That's a whole different subject. I'm talking about an off-duty SWAT member who is, you bring a gun to my child's school and we are going to kill you in the parking lot. That's what I want the sign to say. You're going to call for that good gun anyway. Let's have it there. No. You know, I think the guns are the problem. You know, I think that we should just get rid of all the guns. And it's like, you're fucking missing the whole thing. It's almost like people that talk about this dumb shit stuff have never lived in the fucking real world. They don't know what it's like to live at street level. They don't know what it's like at nuts and bolts level of just common sense, stacking building blocks. 2 + 2 is 4. I don't think they fucking get it. Because you clearly, when I explain it that way, as soon as the bad gun shows up, you want the good gun to come stop the bad gun. Let's just get the good gun there all the time. I saw a bunch of articles. There's people in towns that are off-duty Marines, ex-Marines, that go to schools now with permission, and they stand outside and they have their guns loaded, ready to go. Dark glasses on, hats on, watching what's going on, and every child feels safe. Why is that not? We have enough cool cats in this country that are badass motherfuckers that would give their time for free to make sure. Wouldn't it cost anybody anything? These guys would be out there for free. I'll run them through some mental health checks and some background, make sure they're cool cats. You know, there's a process, I'm sure. You know, you got to take all the guns. If it just saves one child's life, we should do it. We should do it. All right. Under that same mentality, we should put a SWAT member at every fucking school. Why? Because if it saves one life, if it saves one child, it's worth it. Same argument you're making. Only mine actually makes sense. Not you, Crystal. I'm not yelling at you. I'm kind of saying that I was telling you the story, but I'm on your side. Where you in this discussion, Crystal, we're together, and we're yelling together at these people in this conversation. So now I've expanded a little bit. Now you kind of got where I was going with that. But since you brought it up, that was a recent public discussion of me trying to explain it. And, you know, they want to get all complicated. Well, you know, the cost, the expense, the training and stuff. They spin everything out of control. Immediately, when you take things at common sense level, at Generation X, the way you grew up, you rub fucking dirt on it and get back in the game level, they want to go to charts and graphs and focus groups and college professors and different cities and complicate. You know what? I don't need a fucking government agency to remind me that the good gun needs to be there first. You're going to call it anyway. You're going to call looking for the good guy with the gun anyway, aren't you? That's what I'm saying. All right. What am I missing here? I know. There's one. One came through. Missed that one. Just popped up now. And this one is from Mrs. 4. $10. Well, I guess I'll blame PayPal, not you. No, no, no. Mrs. Ford. No, 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 no. And then there's a girl, and I think her name's Dawn, on the general's lunchbox on Facebook, and she repeats to me and she goes bum 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 when I'm reading, bum 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 bum. She writes that out. She'll say something and then she'll write bum 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 so I can keep talking. Funny stuff. Oh, you women pick me apart in an unfair manner, I tell you. All right, I missed some of the comments. Remember, if I'm talking up here, I can't read the stuff down here. I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I'm trying to make a point. All right? Rodney Perry, with their mentality, we need to ban cars and trucks. No shit. Oh, man. Rodney, don't even get me going down that fucking road. How right you are. Mrs. Ford, please check your phone. No, I refuse to check my phone again. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay right there where I'm at. Nope, 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 nope. King B. Dravey said King B, that's the answer. Well, let's scroll back up and see what King B had to say. What was his answer? King B, Stacker, it's almost as if they don't want the killing to stop. Well, no shit. That's exactly, and it's maybe not the answer, but King B's onto something. What do the Democrats always say? Never let a good crisis go to waste. We can accomplish a lot here. Get the emotions going. Yeah, it's always good to pass bills and laws on emotion. That makes total sense. Then why don't we all get drunk? I think Congress should be drunk all the time. You think of all the cool laws we could pass if we were all drunk and stoned. That's a good idea. And Dravy King Bear. Wisen Oak, terrible idea. They take the legal guns and the illegal ones will still be out there. Well, that's the way it is. And if you have a stack of unregistered old guns from the 60s or 70s that don't even have serial numbers on them, you're a criminal. The minute they sign that bill into effect, you are a criminal. Yeah. Rodney Perry, cars and trucks are the number one killers of children. It's true. We should ban them. We should get rid of cars and trucks. I mean, if it saves one life. Play on your emotions. That's all that matters. Cave Bear, they recently tried to ban the river by my house because 2 people drowned in it recently. The fuck are they going to do? Cover it up, cement it over, and make just make a tunnel of where the river used to be? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Crystal's following along. She wrote exactly. I'm assuming she's speaking with me on that matter. Sarah Peterman, they're desperate because they know come November they lose a lot of power. Yeah, Sarah, we've talked about this. I promise before all of you huff and puff and your eyes start to roll. I could already hear it. I could already hear you assholes going, oh my God, you had to mention it. Here he goes again. No, I'm not. I'll make it quick. Sarah's right. Whoever's in power in the White House, they seem, as Americans, we seem to vote the other way in midterms. We always do. Bush lost, Clinton lost, Obama lost, Trump lost. You lose. At the midterms, you seem to lose. It's just how we do stuff in America. So already, with Biden being in office, we're going to go completely red at midterms. That's just normally what happens. However, let's pay attention to all the fucked upness that's going on. Inflation. People now skimping on what they buy for food in their house. Baby formula. Yep. She's right. Sarah's right. It's a fucking red wave that's going to come crashing down. And Pelosi and Biden won't talk about it. At least Obama went. Do you guys remember what happened when Obama lost in the midterms? For all the shit he said, that was a cool fucking cat with some stuff he did and said. And when he lost, the midterms went, completely red. He comes out, he goes, well, we took a shellacking last night, didn't we? Yeah, just a real. Guy could have had a beer in his hand at that point with his sleeves rolled up and gone, well, we got our asses handed to us, and he moved on. Now, I'm not saying I agreed with a lot of his policies and things that he did. No. But I'm telling you, at that moment, do you think Nancy Pelosi would have something like that to say when she gets crushed? she going to come out and say, well, it just, we expected this, but, I don't think we got I think the voters were tricked. That's what it was. They were tricked. I don't think we got our message out correct. If they hadn't been tricked and we'd got our message out, we clearly would have won. We're clearly the better party. We clearly have a better agenda. It's just miscommunications. The only reason we lost. No, you lost because you fucked up. And you've been fucking up, and people finally called you out on it. That's why. Pretty simple. Nuts and bolts, street level, not complicated. No charts, no graphs, no focus groups. You fucked up, and you've been fucking up. Moving on. Miss Liz, family antiques are exempt. Are you saying there is something pending to change that? No, if you can, Miss Liz, of talking about the old guns, if you can cover those under antiques, you're fine. But I don't know what the qualification for antique is. I mean, I'm 53 years old. Am I an antique? Do I qualify? Yeah. Well, I also don't qualify as a deadly weapon either, I guess. No, but they've had a big push over the years. And I think I saw one as recently as maybe 18 months ago that where if you have a firearm that is unregistered because there's no serial number, we'll put a serial number on there for you. Oh, sure. I'll just run right down. Yeah. Okay. No. Just saying. So we can look that up, Liz. That'll give us a project. Miss Liz, it's a project you and I can do together. Do you want to come over? Have a study group? We can do it. I'll do it with you. Mm-hmm. She knocks on my door. Let's start looking. Oh, my God. Rodney Perry, most sitting president's party has lost the seats the first midterm. Exactly what I just got through saying. Thanks for backing me up on that. Garrett Sparkman just watched the magic camera video. That was Justin Ride's video, the magic camera video. I'm telling you. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, Garrett. I was fucking around, but I figured it out. Somebody in there had said it was bandwidth, and I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. And then I called it a fucking landline and got made fun of by Prissy for calling it a fucking landline. I meant hardline from the... Never mind. Got to look cool again. Hang on. Throat's doing it again. God damn it. All right. What was I saying? That's something important to say. I did. I know I did. Luke, got to get back to work. Have a great day. Good day, General. And in the bottom of the Glass Nation. Thank you, Luke. We'll catch you on the flip side. Rodney Perry, I think Joe Haney has something there. Are you going to make me scroll back up for something Joe Haney said? Fucking goat lover. I'm telling you. Two Bear said bandwidth. Are you sure, Mrs. Four? It didn't. Now, if he caught it, I'd be amazed because Mrs. Four, it's Two Bear. I mean, that took someone with reasoning, deductive reasoning, to come up with the bandwidth thing. Does that sound like Two Bear to you? I don't think so. All right. What's the matter, Kevin Grimes? Talking to him. Okay. Mr. Fatty, he said bandwidth. I mean, Mr. Fatty said bandwidth in between yelling at me because my koozie wasn't on straight. That's not a sexual reference, and Mr. Fatty and I don't have any. He was talking about for the Coke and the training wheels thing. Never mind. All right, you guys. My hour seems to be coming to an end. I do apologize, but it is time to go. I got to run. I got to go. I got 30 minutes before I do the lunchtime show. If Allie is still around here and can give you guys the chat room information, there is a Gen X Talks chat room. It is open 24 hours a day. It is run by Lionheart. He is the overlord of that particular section in life. I think I might have it. Maybe I got one of it. If I have the right one. I always copy and paste and someone yells at me, it's the wrong fucking one, dude. It doesn't fucking work. Look, I'm doing the best I can. All right. There's the chat room. Okay? And if it's not the right one, Allie just said, give me a sec. She'll give you the right one. If you're in between live streams and you want to talk about, there's sections in there where they talk politics, they talk guns, they talk boobs, they talk videos and music. It's an active place. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of ins and outs, a lot of wherefores and what have you. You're going to have to adhere to a pretty strict alcohol regimen just to keep up, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think every human should be part of that. All right, look, I got to go. So it's Monday. This was the European show. Thank you guys for showing up across the pond. I love you guys over there giving me input. And so, the next time we meet is on Wednesday. I got a bunch more. I got questions. I got European questions that I need answers. So if you can show up, I try to show up when you guys are off work, about 6 o'clock around London time. You're kicking off your boots, throwing your car keys down on the counter. That's where I'm trying to catch you, all right? So listen, I got to run. I got to go. But I will catch you guys, every one of you. Thanks for showing up on the flip.